The story of New Hampshire's founding is one of ambition, shifting loyalties, and the gradual formation of an independent colonial identity. Unlike Massachusetts Bay or Plymouth, which began with large Puritan migrations and defined religious visions, New Hampshire's origins were shaped by a mix of economic opportunity and territorial disputes. The area that would become New Hampshire was first explored by Captain John Smith in 1614, who mapped the coastline and gave it the name New Hampshire after the county of Hampshire in England. The first permanent English settlement in the region was Portsmouth, founded in 1623 by Captain Walter Neal and settlers sent by John Mason and Sir Ferdinando Gorges. Their goal was not religious freedom, but rather to establish a profitable fishing and trading colony along the New England coast. John Mason, a wealthy English merchant and member of the Council for New England, received a land grant in 1629 that covered much of what is now southern New Hampshire. He called his territory New Hampshire and planned to establish towns modeled after English communities, complete with farmlands and a stable economy based on trade and fishing. However, Mason never saw his colony in person. He died in 1635 before he could visit, and without his leadership, the settlements in the region struggled to stay organized. In the years that followed, several small communities emerged, notably Dover, Exeter, Hampton, and Portsmouth. Each had its own group of settlers, many of whom had come north from the Massachusetts Bay Colony seeking new land, or in some cases, relief from Puritan control. Yet because Mason's heirs did not effectively claim or manage the territory after his death, governance in the region became uncertain. By 1641, facing internal disputes and the threat of disorder, the people of New Hampshire's 4 main towns voluntarily placed themselves under the jurisdiction of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. This decision was largely practical. Massachusetts offered stability, legal protection, and a well-established government structure. Under this agreement, New Hampshire retained some local autonomy, but operated as part of Massachusetts for more than a generation. However, this union was never entirely comfortable. Religious and political differences persisted. While Massachusetts enforced strict Puritan orthodoxy, many settlers in New Hampshire had more diverse religious views and economic priorities. The tension between local independence and Boston's authority would remain a defining theme in New Hampshire's early history. In 1643, Massachusetts formally incorporated the New Hampshire towns into its northern county system, marking the beginning of closer political ties. Yet even then, the people of the region maintained a distinct identity, seeing themselves as separate from their southern neighbors. The rugged coastal landscape and scattered inland settlements fostered a spirit of independence that would eventually lead to separation once again. That separation came decades later. In 1679, King Charles II issued a royal decree establishing New Hampshire as its own royal province, independent from Massachusetts. This marked the true beginning of New Hampshire's political identity, one based on a blend of Puritan values, economic enterprise, and self-reliance.